Hi, my spectacular speakers. It's Deborah Northcutt, your speaker support concierge, and welcome to the Spectacular Speakers Lounge Show. Today, I will be talking about how to turn your booking flights from zero to hero. Let us know where you are watching from so we can give you a quick shout out, and be sure to comment below or ask any questions. Thank you so much for joining us today and watching the Spectacular Speakers Lounge Show. And if you're watching the replay on Facebook, please feel free to comment below and I'll keep an eye out for your comments. Also, please feel free to share your Facebook Live with your friends and your fans. And most importantly, before we finished, please be sure to schedule a call with me to see what other revenue generating activities I can help you with. The link is in the body of this live of the text, so you can set up a call with me. Now, let me ask you a few questions. Do you find yourself getting up early in the morning? I mean, like 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to book the cheapest flights? By a show of hands, I know I've done it in the past. Are you struggling with what days are the best days of the week to book your flight? Are you overlooking or not getting your flight change emails and you miss your flight? Now, let's talk about that. The best days to schedule your flights is usually on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Prices for your tickets are 24% lower than a Sunday, and that goes for economy seating, business class seating, and first class seating. Saturdays and Mondays are the next cheapest days to book a flight. That way, you can avoid the Sunday rush and save $50 per ticket. And who doesn't want to save money? Now, how do you find these cheap flights? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to book your flight at least 1 to 3 months in advance. And also, to help yourself out, you want to set a price alert. There are computer programs out there that will do the work for you. Instead of checking prices every day, you can use search engines like Google Flights, Hopper, Skyscanner, and Kayak. That way, they'll send you an email when the price drops, so you don't have to check every single day to keep checking flight prices. Be flexible with the airport and the dates when you fly out. If there is more than one airline in your city, consider flying out from that airport if you can get a better ticket price. Now, with me, I live in Chicago and we have two airports. Airport, which is the busiest airport, and Midway Airport, which is a smaller airport. It just depends on which airport that you want to fly out from. O'Hare is super, super busy. And I mean, it is huge. So you want to make sure that you put some good walking shoes on because you're going to be walking for days. Now, Midway Airport is a much smaller airport, less people. Less walking, and it's just as nice as O'Hare. It's just smaller. So, if you prefer to fly out of a smaller airport, and if you have two airports in your city, consider flying out of the smaller airport. Now, the best days to fly are when it's the cheapest. Okay, here's another mistake that people make when booking a flight: not giving yourself enough time to get to the airport and missing your flight. You should give yourself at least 2 hours to get to the airport. Why? Because you can run into long lines. You got to check in. You got to go through security. You have to find somewhere to park. You have to, you run into a bunch of people and time, and you want to give yourself just time to relax. If that means getting there, going through security, checking your bags in, and sitting down at a restaurant and eating, or you just want to be there and sit down, people watch, or you just want to sit down and read a book, whatever is your choice of relaxing. You don't want to get to the airport and be all stressed out because you're just, stressed for time. Let me tell you about a time when I missed a flight flying to the airport. And the reason was because of what I just said. We didn't give ourselves enough time to get to the airport. My husband and I had just got married, and we were flying out the next day, which happened to be a Sunday, to go to Kauai, Hawaii for our honeymoon. Well, we were at home and I'm checking my watch and I'm looking at my watch like, oh, it's time for us to get out of here and get to the airport because we were driving to the airport. We had to find somewhere to park, all that. And so I didn't want to keep bothering my husband and saying, let's go, let's go. We need to leave. So I'm just sitting here saying, okay, I'm going to let my husband decide when it's time for us to leave. So when he finally said, let's get in the car, let's get to the airport. So we drove to the airport. Thank goodness traffic wasn't bad because it can be really bad traffic driving to O'Hare Airport. We got to the airport. We found somewhere to park. We caught the tram that takes you from the parking lot to the airport. So when we got in the airport, lo and behold, it was packed with people. So there was a lady that was there who was weighing your suitcases. We had two suitcases with us. Your suitcase has to be under 50 pounds. I'm sure you know that, when you fly. So lo and behold, one of our suitcases was over 50 pounds, which meant we had to get out of line and redistribute, the stuff that was in the over 50-pound suitcase and put it in the suitcase that had less in it. So by the time we got back in line and had our suitcases reweighed, we had missed our flight. You talking about somebody who was mad? Oh, I was so mad, that we had missed our flight and that my husband didn't leave home in time in order for us to get to the airport. Even though I knew that we should have left long time ago, he kept, I don't want to say piddling around, but he was doing whatever he was doing on the computer, which we didn't have enough time to get to the airport. And on top of that, we got called over, lucky us, we got called over for our suitcases to go through. You know how security put your suitcases up on a table and then go through everything in your suitcase. Well, I had some pretzel sticks in my suitcase that my sister-in-law had made for us for our honeymoon. I had like 15 pretzel sticks in there. The pretzel sticks where she had covered it in dark chocolate and white chocolate, and she had put like sprinkles on those pretzel sticks. Man, I was looking forward to eating those pretzel sticks when we got to Hawaii. That person who went through our suitcases threw every one of my pretzels in the trash. I wanted to pimp slap him when he threw those pretzel sticks in the trash. I was super mad. Mad because he threw my pretzel sticks away, and mad because we had missed our flight. Well, thank God for the ticket agent that was there. He happened to find us another flight to Hawaii. It wasn't a nonstop flight. What it was we flew from O'Hare Airport in Chicago to San Francisco. We had a layover in San Francisco of an hour, and then we had to catch another plane, and that flew us nonstop from San Francisco to Hawaii. But the thing was, we didn't give ourselves enough time to get to the airport to avoid those issues that we went through. So please, please, no matter how much time you think you have, give yourself that extra time to get to the airport because you never know what issues you might run into once you get there. So I want to thank you for watching the Spectacular Speakers Lounge show, and we'll see you next time, next week, next Thursday for another show. Bye.